Hello everyone, welcome back to Darcy Bits Plays Arkham Horror with Lola badly. That's the official show name. That's not true. This is not really Garbage Queen of Arkham because Garbage Queen of Arkham was that specific deck, really. And this is not that deck. If you are coming here from Garbage Queen of Arkham, if you're not, it was a series I did where I played Lola in a deck focused on the discard pile. And it wasn't great. That deck was not refined and thought through. It literally was, I have an idea for a deck. Let's try it. And then I played through a game and died. This deck I have been sort of slowly tinkering with by playing through the same campaign over and over and over again. That campaign being the Night of the Zealot. To be fair, I haven't actually finished the Night of the Zealot because I keep getting one or two scenarios in and going, I want to make some changes. So I've actually put some thought into this deck's function, and I'm quite happy with where it is. Today is going to be still more testing. I do want to take this into an actual full campaign and play the full campaign and present it up all nice-like. But today I'm just going to be doing some pretty fast, pretty quick and dirty gameplay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably be a little bit lighter on the reading and the dialogue and the descriptions, especially to start, because Night of the Zealot, I think most people who've played the game know that before. If you're new to the hobby, you can find better run-throughs of the game that talk about all the things that new players need to know. If you aren't new to the game, then you're probably going to know Night of the Zealot, and no big deal. I don't need to go into detail. So, what we have here is a deck that is also, if you come from my Garbage Queen of Arkham series, you'll remember Forced Learning, which gives me extra 15 card minimum. But it lets me look at 2 cards, discard 1, draw the other. And Short Supply, which lets me discard the top 10 cards of my deck. I still have a small discard package in this deck. It's just not the core and exclusive theme of the deck. The theme is actually a lot closer to being about generating money by utilizing all of the different classes' money generation tools, and then having outlets for that money. Is it going to function? I don't know. It's worked okay, but not amazing. I don't really know exactly what the expectation of a solo playthrough game should be, but it feels pretty okay. And I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to make a game that is fun to play. That is the main goal. Whereas the last one, I did feel like after the second or third session that I was just kind of not... I was just going through the motions at that point. I didn't really care. I kind of wanted to start over. Now, to be fair, I haven't tried this one with the Path of Carcosa first mission, the Curtain Call. It's entirely possible this deck would be just as terrible in that scenario as the other deck was. So I don't have a side-by-side comparison. I really could not say. So it's worth pointing out, this is not a strong test. It's just the thing I'm doing right now. Without further ado, what is this deck? No, I talked about that already. It's a resource deck. It's based on resources. It does have key Down the Rabbit Hole, which may or may not actually come up. But when I was first making the deck, I thought it had a lot of upgrade potential, which I thought was kind of cool. It lets you upgrade outside of Mystic with Down the Rabbit Hole. With Survivor and Rogue and stuff. I think the deck has changed a lot since I first put Down the Rabbit Hole in it, so it might not be great for that, but that's okay. We're just sort of testing things out anyway. So, today we are going to start off with Night of the Zealot. Did I already put that out here? I did. And that's The Gathering. If you haven't played The Gathering, again, I'm not really going to go deep into it, but basically the setup is pretty straightforward. there is this text that I should be reading, and I'm not. So, we have this. It has 3 difficulty. We have this. It requires 2 clues. And that is the size of it. I will grab a copy of this card, though, for easy reference. Beautiful. We start here in our house. This is Lola's house. It may look like every other investigator's house, but this one's Lola's house, actually. The door to our study has vanished. Let's get started. So, first thing we do is we draw 5 cards. And we have, you can see right away, a means of spending our resources, a general skill use, a way of getting resources, a way of spending our resources, and a Shopper's Catalog. A way of, it's kind of like gaining resources. It basically gains you 3 resources. It's not amazing, honestly. It's basically just another emergency cache, but you can only spend them on items. But I'm very interested in trying to do maybe a keen eye thing. So, to me that says I would like to keep probably these 3 and ditch the other 2. So we draw 2 for our mulligan. Okay, set that one aside, draw another 1. And we got a gun, sweet. These are gonna get shuffled into our deck. Now, I always forget this. Short supply. When your first turn of the game begins, discard the top 10 cards of your deck. I don't get that information technically before I choose my role. So, what do I want to start with? Probably Rogue, actually. I'll just start with a 21 or bust and see what happens. If you don't know this card, you play poker with the Chaos Bag and you try and get 9 resources, but you probably get 4. And since it's a 2 ante to go in, that means you're either getting 2 resources, pretty good, pretty bad, 7 resources, pretty good, or you actually bust and get nothing. So that's good. That's a great. Always enjoy that. I have played with it a few times. It's more consistent than you'd expect. It's pretty fun. I quite like it. So we're going to start in Rogue. I didn't grab myself a Rogue token. Let's do that. Beautiful. There it is. And we will discard the top 10 cards of my deck. Lately, I've been doing it this way and just drawing the 10 cards. It's just faster. So we discard Psychosis. I actually hadn't read, like I didn't actually check what the random weakness that was put into my deck was. I just chose one randomly and put it in and figured that if it was multiplayer only, I would draw a new one randomly at that time. So cool. It was Psychosis. We don't have to worry about that. Rad. We also got Leo put in the trash, take the initiative, act desperation, improvised weapon. We can set that aside. Take the initiative again. A sequential supplies, 21 or bust, able-bodied, take heart. Okay. So that's not too shabby. We only hit 1 card that we could play from our discard pile. But that's better than none. You'll notice basically, if you're comparing to Garbage Queen of Arkham, there's less stuff that cares about the discard pile. It is less likely that we're going to start with stuff in there. Just the way of things. So, we need to get some clues and or get our act in gear. We are 1 up in the study. We need 2 clues. And I have no way of getting clues in a reliable way. That's just kind of normal, though, honestly. But I could put Keen Eye into play. Let's start with our 21 and bust and just see how many resources we have to play with. That's our first action. Let's go. 1. That is worth either 1 or 11. And I don't know which is better. 1 puts me at 2. 11 puts me at 12. Probably the 12. I'm going to take the 12. 12. Maybe do I decide after? Do I get to decide after? I have no idea. I've never drawn an Elder Sign during this. 1 at a time, reveal a random token until you stop. Treat each of these as a 5. This is a 10. This is either a 1 or an 11. It doesn't say I have to decide when I draw them. Huh. I'm actually not sure. That's a really good question. We're going to pretend it's... I have to decide for this situation, I'm sure someone can look that up and find an official answer. Anyway, that is 12, 13, 14. And that is 10. Okay, now I do want to look up an official answer because I am unsure and would like to know the answer to that. Voltgloss is saying, like an ace in real blackjack, you can probably change what the outer sign means as you continue. I didn't know that was a rule in real blackjack. Huh. I don't know anything about blackjack, apparently. I'm curious what's actually... I don't want to break the flow of the stream, but I would like to look this up, and it's pretty easy to find the answer. Let's just quickly see what ArkhamDB has to say about it. Apologies for the delay. Is there an official FAQ? What happens if I play to a bust? What happens if I reveal? Nope, that doesn't say anything. That's not... Huh. I was expecting it to be in the FAQ, and it was not. Somebody is saying, since you count the total value when you stop, you are free to choose the outer sign value until then. I don't like to go off people's opinions. I would like to know facts, but it seems like a reasonable ruling since we do not know. Then again, the Grim rule states if you do not have an answer, do the thing that's worst for you. Do the thing that's worse for you. Anyway, what would that have been if it had been? That would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, let's see what it would have been. 14, 15, 16. So that would have been 21. Either 21 or bust, which is literally the card. So I'll let you decide. Other than that, I'm going to play Emergency Cash to gain 3. And then I'm going to switch into Guardian and risk losing my Keen Eyes, which will cost me 2. Great. That costs me all of my actions. I maybe have 9 extra points, or I might not. I'll see what chat says in once when I have a chance to look at chat. Other than that, we are going to move on. Doom ticks up to 1. This gets shuffled. I will draw a card. Grasping Hands, test 3 for each point you fail. These are the worst ones. Like, Lola just dies. It's just like, oh, cool. This just probably kills me. I will actually use Unexpected Courage because I don't want to just immediately die. Also, I just realized I forgot to do my upkeep. Upkeep. Why'd that draw me 2 cards? Does it know now? Drawing 2 cards, discard 1. Plays Forced Learning. Whoa! That's never happened to me before. Huh. That's rad. Sweet. Nice. I'll take Improvisation. It's good. It's a good. And, beautiful. We'll continue. This happens. I will commit the 2 to that so that I'm at 5 to 3. Because these just are so brutal. You just like, oh, cool. Yep. I just take 3 damage unavoidably. But I'll only take 1 damage instead. Because Grasping Hands. Yeah. You know how it works. And maybe I even do. That would be cool. That would be really cool. So, I don't know why I flipped this over. That didn't take an action. We're a little bit behind the clock than we'd like, but that's okay. We are going to tap into our Keen Eyes. The DC is 2, and the Shroud is 2, and I have only 3. I'm going to spend 2 on that and just be 2 up. I think that's probably fine. Keen Eyes, if you don't know, it's over costed, but it lasts the entire phase, which is useful for Lola because I can switch my roll and still have the benefit last. It's really cool, actually. So we're going to attempt. That's a success. We're going to try again. That is also a success. Ghouls at your location. So, rad. That's our 2 clues. We're going to spend those clues immediately. And flip over this. Cool. You're now in a different location. Sweet. Great. That goes here, that goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And I go here. Beautiful. Voglas is saying, I agree with the interpretation of 21 or bust that you got 21. You don't treat any of the tokens as numbers until after you decide to stop pulling tokens, per the order of instructions on the card. Cool. I would like to take a look at the card and see the order of instructions, but I think that does make sense about the idea that the ordering matters. One at a time, reveal the tokens. Until you choose to stop. Period. Then treat each. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. That is a good way of ruling why, right? Knowing what you want is one thing. Knowing why it works is another. And I super appreciate that explanation. I don't have a gun in play. And I think if I did put a gun in play, or if I don't put a gun in play, I'm going to get jumped. That said, I'm actually not in a good position to do that. I could, like, use improvisation to get a discount, but otherwise I can't afford it right now. Wait a minute. We just decided that I get my 9 resources. What am I talking about? I'm going to go up to 12. Sweet. Alright. Well, in that case, I will put a gun in play for 4. Classic gun. That's my last action. I will actually swap into Survivor to avoid getting my card discarded, because we don't want a crisis of identity to happen to us. And I don't need to be in Survivor for the timings of things to work. Or I don't need to be in Guardian. In fact, I could probably use Improvised Weapon pretty easily. So that checks out. Again, don't forget to upkeep. Wild that this has the draw 2. I haven't even like downloaded like any new version or anything. It's just happened. I find that the decoy one not great. It's useful if you need shoes, but otherwise I don't really care for it. Thompson is so good, and it will be really nice to have a backup in case I am forced to discard this. So we'll keep the gun, and we'll move on. Doom goes up to 2. It's out of 3, so we're still fine. Draw a card. We get some rats. Okay. Rats are cool in that they only have 1 health, and so I don't really need to waste my time using my fancy gun. So that's rad. I'm just going to punch them. I'm 2 up. I don't care about being any more than that. I succeed. Sweet. Alright, that thing's dead. That's my first action. Moving on, we're going to head upstairs. This is the attic. Yep, it is. There it is. Need to be conscientious of that. It flips over. It says forced, take a horror. I hate that, but what are you going to do? We're already at 1 and 1. Very nice. And the investigation here is a requirement of 1. I think I'm just going to try that. -3, that's a fail. And I'll try it again. -2, that's a success. Great. So I get 1 of the clues, and we'll move on. Upkeep again. We'll put our winging it in the discard pile. That's nice. We will then move on to Doom 3. Advancing this, I have to discard a random card or take 2 horror. I would not like to take 2 horror, so I will discard a random card. Even though I have some pretty nice cards in hand, it's a little bit of a shame. I lose the 32 Colt. Probably the best thing for me to have lost in that scenario. I like it. Other cards, very nice. Anything else going on here? Nope, just 7 Doom requirement, and we'll draw the next card. Next card says Crypt Chill. That sucks. I'm probably going to lose my gun. I can't increase my mind with this. It's just Fist and Book. Crypt Chill says test 4. I could commit my improvisation, but that'll only put me at 5 to 4. I'm still likely to lose. I think I'll just have to bite the bullet and lose my automatic. I got an Elder Sign. Elder Signs for me are +2, and I may switch roles. That counts. I succeed. Sweet. That's rad. Do I want to switch roles? Not yeah, I do. I'll switch into Guardian. This means it doesn't cost me my once per round. And I can switch back out of Guardian to, once again, avoid losing anything, which is rad. Yeah, that's all right. Did I miss? I feel like I missed a turn. My brain just disappeared for a second. I should have... No, I punched naturally. Then I moved, and then I investigated naturally. Yeah, I just haven't played any cards. That's what happened. Okay, great. Speaking of which, we do need one more test here. I'm just going to make the test naturally. It succeeds. That's our second clue. We're going to move down into the cellar. 1, 2. I don't think I flipped this over. The hallway has nothing in it. And then this place tells me I want to take a damage. So I will take a damage. Oop. And we're going to move on. Once again, that took my entire turn. And we are going to, at the end of turn, swap into Survivor, which has actually a couple reasons for wanting to do that this time, instead of just being me being silly. First of all, I can avoid this going away to an act of desperation. Not act of desperation. Crisis of Identity. But also, winging it is over here, and I'm probably going to want to use that next turn. So, upkeep. We draw 2 cards. I will discard my improvised weapon. Move on to Doom 1. Draw a card. We get Frozen in Fear. First time you perform each one of these, move, fight, or evade. I don't expect to do that. I might want to move, actually, so that's a little bit annoying. I can probably actually succeed and then spend 2 actions to move and be fine. Yeah, okay, cool. That said, it would be nice to have our Thompson in play. +2 to attack, +1 damage. This is only +1 and +1, and the Ghoul Priest is going to be a problem. I don't like to plan ahead for, like, what I know is coming, but, I mean, I do know it's coming, so what you going to do? Great. So, we are going to attempt to use Winging It. That'll cost me 1 to play it from my discard pile. Then I will quick action swap into Guardian, and then we'll spend some stuff with Keen Eye to make sure we're up. The DC is 4, so I'm at 3. It's at 3. We're even. I would like to be, I'm going to say 3 up, so I'm going to spend 6. That's a lot, but I need it. Okay, great. I succeed. I get both of these clues. And that is my first action. This gets shuffled into my deck. Very good. I can then move twice. And I'm probably fine. It's a bit of a risk in as much that if I draw my Crisis of Identity at the end of the turn, I will not only... I'll be engaged with an enemy, and my automatic will be gone, which is not great. But I could, like, take heart to help me, not help me evade, but, like, I have improvised weapons also to do damage. It's probably fine. We're going to call it fine. I'm going to move 2 actions to go back to the middle here, into the hallway. At the end of the round, which I believe is after I've drawn, and all that, but this says... When the round ends, investigators may spend their clues. I only need to spend 3 clues. I didn't need all 4 of them. It's really just for bonus experience. But that's okay. We'll get our upkeep first. Great. Oh! It's a May at the end of the round. So yes, I did lose this to Crisis Identity, but I can choose not to actually spend. Oh, that's rad. Okay, so Crisis Identity cracks. I'm forced to discard my Act of Desperation. I'm forced to discard my automatic. I have a backup gun, but not a ton of money, so this still might not be great. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. I am forced into Rogue. Okay, cool. There it is. Crisis of Identity goes away. Nothing else happens, right? I just discard things. Okay, cool. And I will choose not to advance. That's really cool. Also, this got tested. I forgot to do that. I didn't have to turn test 3. I'm not going to commit into that and just hope for the best, I guess. I fail. So that's still here. And that's going to actually really hurt me. I'm probably going to have to evade with 2 actions. Whew. Alright, that's actually real bad. I hadn't really considered that. Okay, moving on. We go up to 2 out of 7. And we will draw a card. Flesh Eater spawns in the attic. We will do so. And we will pretend it doesn't exist. Like, really good, healthy thinking. I'm just going to spend a... Well, actually, There's no tests I can make. I guess I could try and kill this thing. I don't really want to try and kill that thing right now. Yeah, if there was a test I could make that I could guarantee fail, I could do like a take heart. That would be interesting. But I think I will simply gain a resource and then spend all those resources on the Thompson. And hope I don't get a second problem. Obviously, Keen Eye is going to be an issue with the fact that I don't have any resources right now. But what I could probably do is do like a take heart in the first one. That's not going to work. Okay, let's plan out next turn. If I start in Rogue, I can activate my Rogue. Oh, I can use improvised... I can use improvisation to then swap back into Guardian or something once I have the resources. So I can do shoot as a Rogue, take heart, like switching into Survivor to play take heart. Then, or I could use like a no, I don't have the money. Switching into Survivor to take heart, giving me cards and resources. Then I can use improvisation to go back into Guardian and get +1 to my attack for the second 2 attacks. It's still pretty bad. Unless I draw some like good skills. If I draw some good skills, that could be nice. I think it still works. Yeah, okay. So, what do we have here? The fact that I've got that Frozen in Fear is really a problem. It is unfortunate I don't have a good way of getting rid of it. I guess I could like... I could use this on Frozen in Fear, but that doesn't help me succeed. Yeah, I'd rather commit this to like an evasion or something. Oh, actually, if I'm committing it to an evasion, then yeah, actually, let's just switch to Survivor now, and I'll commit to the first evasion. That's a great idea. Switch to Survivor now. I have 1 action left. I'm just gonna draw. Let's draw a card. Actually, let's not have swapped into this yet, and draw a card first. Drawn a card in case something weird happens. No, let's... I should have swapped into Survivor, then drawn a card, because the worst thing that could happen would be getting a Crisis of Identity, so we don't want to be in Rogue or Guardian. Okay. I'm in Rogue at the end of my turn. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to attempt Frozen in Fear. Come on. It's 3. I am not 1 up. I still fail. Disappointing. With an upkeep, it's 2 cards. I get to discard 1 of these. This is a fist. This is not a fist. We'll get rid of Faustine Bargain. I will spend my resources. It is 3 of my 4. And by resources, I mean clues. We'll advance. Whoa, what happens here? The parlor is gone. Reveal it. And also, Lita's in there. And also, there's a ghoul priest. Cool. Did not expect that. They lie. Alright, ghoul priest engages me. Rar. I still have this. That's going to be a problem. And we move on to our Doom. Doom goes up to 4. Now I mean 3. This guy does not have Hunter, so they just hang out. Just for the record. That already happened. I just thought I'd mention it. And there's some rats. Okay, so first things first. I think I need to evade it. How does that help you? What do you mean? Well, you can't kill it in one turn, right? I can't, no. I could if I didn't have Frozen in Fear, but with Frozen in Fear, I can't. Okay. So if you take heart on an evade and you succeed, they're evaded. If you fail, you draw some stuff, and then maybe that can let you pivot into something else, right? Okay. What do you pivot into? Like, what? How does that help you? I don't know. Hey, take heart. Okay, let's do it. What is the DC? It's 4. Never mind. That's a dumb idea. Can I commit both of these? Any type of test. Fast, switch rolls, do a thing. This draws me a card, but it's not worthwhile. Yeah, I can commit both of these. I mean, the point is that you want to fail for take heart. Yeah, I know, but like I'd rather succeed. I just think I won't succeed. I'm going to do an evasion with take heart committed. I am 1 down. I fail. I still would have failed if I committed this because I would have been 1 up. So that's good to know. I will get 2 resources. I will draw 2 cards. Okay. This is useful. But again, that took me 2 of my actions. If that didn't take me 2 actions, that wouldn't have been so bad. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I could just leave. I could just leave. Like, I'm allowed to resign even if there's ghouls there, right? Yeah. The thing is, I don't have the time to move, right? If I moved right now, that's taking 4. Well, 2 and 2. And then it's taking an additional 1. So that would put me at 5 here, and then this over here. But then also, I don't have any actions left, so I would immediately get hit again and die. If I could evade one of them. Yeah, I think... So if I evade the Ghoul Priest, I get bitten. Then the Ghoul Priest readies and grabs me again. So I'd have to evade them an additional time. I don't have the resources for that. This is not going great. That Frozen in Fear really messed me up. Yeah, if I could, like, use something like this to get rid of it, that would be great. But then I can't actually do anything. This is +2, so that puts me at 5. Okay. Huh. Oh, hello, chat. You're right, I do have to discard Keen Eye. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for that. I think I probably used it since I was supposed to discard it. So this whole thing is thrown out of whack. But anyway, thank you for the point. Fun fact with Crisis of Identity. If it hits you while you're in a role for which you have a permanent in play, you still have to discard other non-permanent cards that you have in play, but you don't discard a card from your deck, and you don't switch roles. Because Crisis of Identity uses then language, and a then clause only triggers if the clause before it successfully resolves in full. Huh. I have read things about then clauses. I feel like you would discard it and it would just fail to leave, but I don't know. It's an interesting point. That would change a lot, actually, if you could use permanents to avoid having your role get swapped, because sometimes that's usually not the scariest part about it, but sometimes you're like, oh no, I really need to, like, do this. Anyway, I think I'm dead. I get killed by the Ghoul Priest a lot. They are very swingy, especially with the Retaliate. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to evade. It will cost me some stuff. I'm at 3... So 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 above 4. Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll commit these two. That is a -1. And I succeed. It gets evaded. Blop. At the end of the turn, it grabs me again. The rat bites my face. And I will... oh, I need to actually test Frozen in Fear, though. I have nothing to commit to Frozen in Fear, unfortunately. That's a fail. I'm 3-3. Yeah. Okay. Not good. Upkeep. We have 2 of the same thing. Daring. Okay. Okay. That could help. Yeah, I could maybe do this. This might work. We'll move on. Yeah, let's see if I can resign. Go to 4. Get a new card. It's a ghoul! Yay. For 2 actions... Oh, I won't be able to, like... Yeah, I won't have enough actions to actually resign, will I? Let's see. This one's gonna do 1. This one's gonna do... I'm at 3. If I take 3 more damage, I die. If I evade this and then I move, these 2 hit me, and then they hit me again at the end of the round. So... that sucks. And because of Frozen in Fear, I just can't do anything. Yeah, no, real brutal. I think I'm just dead. Let's see if there's any way out before I throw in the basket. Throw in the basket? Is that how that saying goes? It's definitely how that saying goes. Don't question it. Spend 2 actions. I kill, like, a ghoul. Spend another action to evade the priest. I take 1 and go up to 4. Priest jumps on me again. I probably don't succeed at evading the priest unless I use daring. If I do use daring, then I can't succeed at evading priest the next turn. I don't see a way out of this. Alright, well, anyway, I don't really mind dying here. It's not the worst thing that could happen to me, but it is disappointing. Oh, you have to draw a card. Forgot about that. Alright, let's start with an evade. It's going to take both of my actions. No, yeah, two actions. I will switch into Guardian so that I can commit Daring to it. The DC here is 4. They will gain Alert, which means if I fail my evasion, they're going to punch me, so that's fun. And I am sitting at only 6-4. Odds are still actually bad that I actually even succeed. Let's do it. I succeed. This gets evaded. I now have only 1 action left. If I move, I get hit twice, which doesn't kill me, but then on the actual combat step, they do kill me. I could also choose to, like, shoot the ghoul, killing the ghoul. I take 1 damage from the swarm of rats. Oh, I draw a card. That could change things. Daring. After the test ends, draw a card. That does not change things. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at the ghoul minion, spending 1 of my Thompson ammo. That puts me at 5-2. I'm going to assume I'll succeed. I succeed. This guy's dead. This guy re-engages me at the end of the turn. I do test Frozen in Fear. I don't have any mind. I just have to do it again. One of these times, it's going to succeed. That's my whole turn. I get hit by the rats again. I go up to 4. And we will upkeep. If I wasn't gonna die, Dynamite would be very funny to do right now. But I will die. This has a mind icon, though. So it's irrelevant. What I need is feed icons right now. I really just can't succeed, unfortunately. So, not gonna happen. Draw a new card. It's Rotting Remains! Okay, if I fail this, which I will, I'm gonna take Horror, probably 3. Yep, I take 3 Horror. 1, 2, 3. That puts me at that. That goes over here. Okay, now, once again, Frozen in Fear is in play. This time, however, I can't actually succeed at evading. Ghoul Priest has 5 health. I can only hit them for 4 damage max if I succeed twice. I have no way of increasing that damage by 1 extra. I can't, like, combine improvised weapon with my gun or anything, you know? As cool as that would be. Maybe I should get that. Isn't there a, there's like a skill that you can commit to an attack to give it +1 damage, right? That might be something worth considering. That's a very cool skill. I might want to try that. Anyway, this guy, if they attack me at the end of the round, I will die. So I will once again attempt to evade. I have no reason to not. I can succeed. I'm 1 down. I still fail at a 0. And I could evade again. All that's doing is delaying the inevitable. It's not really helping. But what you gonna do? I try again. I fail. I get attacked by this priest and by this rat swarm, and I die in both ways at once. So I get to choose where it goes. That's something. I don't know if horror or damage is worse in this campaign specifically. I'm going to take the horror, I think. Sounds fun to me. The mental trauma, I should say. And we're going to move on. Now, I promised you something weird. Let's see if I can afford it. Moving on. You had no resolution. In your campaign log, record the house is still standing. It is. Record the Ghoul Priest still alive. They are. The lead investigator earns the Lead Chandler card. Cool. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value in cards in display, and you get 2 bonus experience as they get insight into the hidden world of the mythos. This is my origin story. So I gained 4 experience still, despite all that, which is pretty cool, because these guns have victory, and I cleared them of stuff. So that's fun. So I do gain the horror, but otherwise, 4 experience. I'll take that. Now, 4 experience can be spent, first of all, to upgrade my keen coolness, which, as we saw previously, is in here somewhere. There it is. So this upgrades into, with I think 3 experience, into a permanent version. Originally, when I was building this deck, I wanted to use like all of the permanent ones, because I thought that'd be funny. Turns out, a lot of them have been tabooed to very expensive experience, which is reasonable. But this one didn't get tabooed. So we're going to spend 2 of that 4 experience on Keen Eye. It's 2 because Down the Rabbit Hole allows me to upgrade this. This will get upgraded, which means it leaves my deck. And means it leaves my deck, which means I get a free level 0. I don't really know what I want to do with that free level 0. I didn't really think that far ahead. I mean, I did. Probably I will take, like, a Moonstone, just because I only have 1. Although I could really use more allies. Anyway. I could also not do that, and I could buy something else, but I can't really because I can only spend, well, I do have 2 more, so I could buy, like, a level 1 thing. which is certainly an option. What I'll probably do instead, though, is upgrade something that has a level 2 version. Where's Lita? There you are, Lita. Hello. And the reason for that is because we're going to swerve into a solo, not a standalone side mission. Is this a good idea? No, it's probably a bad idea, but I've never done it before, and I thought it'd be really funny to be like, oh no, there's ghouls in my house. I'm gonna leave, and I just leave. I don't actually go and deal with the problem. I'm gonna instead go, I don't know, visit my friend in Louisiana. Maybe I'll go visit the Louisiana lion. It's very funny. I forgot to put this stuff away first. Let me just do that proper. Clean this up the way it should be. This gets recalled. These get just dropped in unceremoniously. I don't want to get dropped in. These ones will be. That's fine. And we shall do the thing. So, my goal is to play a side mission. And I think I will play this side mission. Curse of the Rougarou. Rougarou? Something. Curse of something. Again, I don't know. So I've basically never done this, especially never done this in the middle of a campaign. I'm told that it costs me experience. How does this work? Game mode, standalone mode. We're not doing that. Side story mode. A side story is a scenario that may be played between any two scenarios. Playing a side story costs investigators experience. Each side story may only be attempted once per campaign. When the scenario is played as a side story during a campaign, play it as if you were setting up the next scenario in the campaign with the same chaos bag, weaknesses, trauma, and story assets previously earned. Ooh, it cost me 1 experience. Cool. I think that sounds fun. I'm going to do that. So I was going to spend 1 of my experience on that, which means I have 1 floating. What do I want to do with that 1 floating? I don't know. Again, I can get a Moonstone. I think I probably will just slot a Moonstone into my deck. Is it amazing? Not really. It's fine. I know Enchanted Blade is great, but I think it costs 3 to upgrade if I remember correctly. Yes, Enchanted Blade would be a great upgrade target, but I can't afford it right now. Other than that, what can I increase that only costs 2 normally and I can upgrade? I think most of what I want to do is actually going to cost more than that. But, you know what? We're going to do the thing that everyone tells me I shouldn't do. I'm going to buy a newspaper. So we're going to take level 2 newspaper. Is this a good idea? Maybe not. It's okay. We're trying things out. Don't worry about it so much. Where's the newspaper? Or I could just look at things and decide, couldn't I? Wouldn't that be smart of me? Anyway, why is this one... Wait, aren't these in... I must be like bopping around or something, because they were changing cost, which did not... I was not expecting that. There's a newspaper. Protective Gear seems pretty good. I just wanted to mention that. It's just a cool card I haven't played with before, and it seems cool. Anyway, I also need a Moonstone, which is level 0, so I'll need to open the level 0s. This is a deck, just like to clear everything up. This is a deck I've been tinkering with, and I have not like decided like this is what you should upgrade into every time. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sort of working on the base of the deck, and I haven't done any concrete like this is going to be the changes. This is where the upgrade path should be. It's like, no, this is just like I've been enjoying trying the base set and then like making different decisions every time when I swap into other things. I think newspaper, especially level 2 newspaper, is probably actually pretty cool. Just in the fact that for solo play, because you don't need as many clues. You probably can get all your clues and then spend all your clues, which seems fun. Although in this situation, I really needed, like, evasion or something. So, maybe I'm making a bad mistake. I don't know. Did you say a bad mistake? I did. Okay, moving on. What does this say? I don't think I've read this before. Curse of the Regaroo. Minnie Klein, your contact at the Arkham Advertiser, had slipped you a draft of the article over a cup of coffee at Velma's diner. It would have gone to print had Doyle Jeffries, the lead editor, not scoffed at the concept. I believe his exact words were, "I ain't printin' the ravings of some voodoo lunatic passing it off as news," she explained. From the sly grin spreading across her face, you could tell she smelled a story. The headline was sensationalist. 3 killings in 9 days was enough to spook a town, sure, but you doubt all of New Orleans is gripped by terror, or even knows about the killings. Still, something piqued your interest. Lady Esperett, the voodoo priestess from the article, claimed that a malign curse had taken root in the bayou. There's something out there, isn't there? I know that look, Minnie said. You weren't sure if Lady Esperett was right. This Rougarou wouldn't stop killing at 3, that's for sure. But curses? Wolf people? How could such things be real? Only one way to find out. You put on your coat and head for the North Side Station. So I imagine what has happened here is my house gets turned upside down, ghouls attack me, I leave, and I'm like, I'm ditching town, Lita. This is too much for me. But then I remembered that I had this conversation, and I did think, curses? Wolf people? Such things couldn't be real. But now I got a different perspective. Let's maybe take a look at this thing. We're going to set up by doing this. Sort each of the locations into 4 piles by trait. Huh, cool. Randomly choose one of these piles, remove those locations from the game. Randomly choose another one of those piles, put those locations into play. Set each location in the other 2 piles aside out of play. Each investigator begins at the Bayou location in play. Huh. That's weird. Alright. How does this work? These are the curse. These are the locations. Unhallowed Land. Wilderness. New Orleans. Riverside. Where are the other locations? What? Where's the Bayou? Nope, that's a... No, that's not it. How does this work? They're in piles, yes. I randomly choose one of those piles and remove those locations from the game. Another one of the piles goes into play. The other 2 piles are set aside. Each investigator begins at a Bayou location. I see. There's always going to be at least one Bayou. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. I need to decide randomly how to... I mean, I guess I can shuffle this, can't I? Okay, that's it. How to play. And I guess I need to choose 2 more. Okay, they're set aside. We begin play at the Wilderness. I guess. I think I'm understanding this properly. Choose another one of those. Put those locations into play. Set each location of the other 2 piles aside. Got it. I understand. This is a good idea I had. Okay. There's the Wilderness. There's the Bayou, which is a Forgotten Marsh. And there's another Wilderness. Beautiful. I begin play at the Bayou. I understand. I understand how this works. Bayou is a tag, not a name. Or a trait, I suppose? Yeah. When you leave the Forgotten Marsh, lose 2 resources. Okay. Anything else I need to know? Probably not, right? You ready to begin? Beautiful. Let's give it a shot. 5 cards. Okay, we don't need you. That's pretty good, that's pretty good, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. I would like to actually, like, start... You know what? Let's read the actual stuff first. Shouldn't we? A Curse of the Bayou. After arriving in New Orleans the next day, you start your investigation by asking the locals what they know of the recent killings. As you suspected, most know very little of the incidents. You do manage to find several eyewitnesses who give similar descriptions of the creature. Its lithe, muscular form, lanky arms, and wolf-like visage. A promising start, but if there's any truth to the rumors about this curse, you'll have to talk to Lady Esperett herself. Finding Lady Esperett. According to your contact, Lady Esperett is a voodoo priestess who lives deep within the bayou. Most tend to stay clear of her lonely shack. After all, the bayou can be a dangerous place, even were it not for the recent rash of savage killings. Objective: only investigators at the bayou location may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Ah, I see. So I only need one, but I need to leave and come back to do it. Okay. This is not an additional cost, right? It just says when you leave, loot 2 resources. So if I have none, I'm still allowed to leave. Cool. With that in mind, gun is nice. I like gun. The ability to do some stuff is nice. But also, I don't really know if I can do anything with it right now. I'm going to put that away as well. Let's draw 2. Okay. Those are our situations. We're going to group those, and we're going to draw our top 10, which get discarded. Able-bodied, Moonstone. I did shuffle those, right? Yeah. No? I'm not convinced I shuffled these. I'm going to put these in and just shuffle these 2. Okay. We got able-bodied and a Moonstone. No, we don't. Okay. That'd be funny if we did. Alright. I may or may not have shuffled it. It's equally as random. Sort of. Kind of. Mostly. Don't worry about it. Ooh, we got some 2 winging its. That's not bad. I like that. Alright. 5 cards go back into my hand, and let's get started. I could really use putting some stuff into play. I think I'm actually going to... Sorry, once again, I shouldn't do this until after I've decided what I'm doing as my role. I'm going to actually choose Rogue. I'm going to gain a resource as my first action. I'm going to play Luca as my second action. I'm going to then swap into... let's say Survivor. And then I'm going to move as my last action. Wait, now I have 1 extra action, don't I? Ooh, I have 1 extra action. Yeah. I guess I'll not decide what I swapped into yet, and I'm still in Rogue, let's say. I'll move into the Wilderness. I assume these are connected. I don't really pay attention. Ah, I see. They have the same symbols. They connect to each other, and they also connect to the marsh. Sweet. Twisted Underbrush. You can, as an action, to gain 2 resources and take a horror. I don't know if I want to do that. That seems not great. It only has 1 clue on it. It's DC 3. Okay. So, I have 1 action remaining. Let's grab myself an extra action for Luca. Love Luca. And... I guess I mean, I could just attempt. I'm going to spend, like, unexpected courage to get 5 to 3. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't waste my unexpected courage. I'm sure it's fine. Actually, I don't know what this problem is. Reveal another token. If you fail, until the end of the round, you cannot move. Great! I should grab a copy of that, though. I'm curious how this changes depending on, like, what the Chaos Bag is. Because... yeah. Cool. -2. I think I succeed, right? I am at 3, and I'm at 5 because of the courage. Sweet. I get that clue. And the round ends. Before the round ends, though, I will, or before my turn ends, I should say, I'm going to swap into Rogue, as I was expecting to do. Because I can't choose to do that after drawing. I don't have any resources, so if I get, like, a Moonstone, I can't play it, but that's okay. It's upkeep. I get 2. Ooh, Intel Report. I do love Intel. And a gun. I'm going to regret this when I need to start killing a weird person. Great. Moving on. This goes up to 1. This gets shuffled. Let's do the thing. Ripples on the surface. Test 3. Mind. For each point you fail by, take a horror. If you are at a Bayou, you cannot commit cards to the skill test. Well, I guess I'm gonna die. I take 2 horror. I'll put 1 of that horror on my good friend Luca. Just share my troubles. It's no big deal. Alright, let me just double check I read that correctly. Test 3. Each point you fail by, take a horror. Yeah, I failed by 2. Cool. Great. We can deal with this. Now, I could just leave, but I think I'm going to go check out this other wilderness first. Because, you know, it costs to come back. Costs resources to leave, so. Trapper's Cabin. While you're at the Trapper's Cabin, you cannot gain resources, okay. As an action, you can spend 5 resources to test 3 to convince them to sell you his last bear trap. If you succeed, you get a bear trap. It costs 5 resources and a test. I'm not doing that. I'm going to leave. And, this says only investigators at the Bayou may spend them, but I can still spend them as a normal quick action. Cool. So I'm already down 2 actions. I'm going to spend my clue. And let's see what happens. Finding Lady Esperet's shack is no simple endeavor, but eventually you spot the decrepit shanty through the mist. Lady Esperet greets you as you enter. Not at all surprised by your intrusion, she claims that the Rougarou was once a man, cursed by a being known as Shub-Niggurath into the form of a great wolf. She believes that she can lift the Rougarou's curse from the Bayou, but only if the creature is destroyed. Put the set-aside Lady Esperet into play at a Bayou location. Put into play each set-aside location. Put the set-aside the Rougarou enemy into play at any non-Bayou location. Shuffle the encounter discard pile. And each encounter card from the Curse of the Rougarou encounter set into the encounter deck. The lead investigator reads the following out loud. I have to read this part out loud. As you leave Lady Esperet's shack, a terrible sickness courses through you, and you drop to your knees. The lead investigator puts the set-aside Curse of the Rougarou weakness into play in their threat area. Okay, so how do I do all those things? This one's set aside. These ones are this one's out of play. These ones are set aside, I believe, is how that works. Yep. Okay. Unhallowed Land. Unhallowed Land. Bayou. New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. Bayou. And, of course, something else happens. What was the other thing? There's some stuff over here. Lady Esperet hangs out with me. Sup. Fishing net. I don't need that. Bear trap. I don't need. Where's the Rougarou? What? Where's the Rougarou? Hello. No, why am I looking at that part? Here it is. Not that part. You. Set aside Lady Esperet. Set aside Rougarou enemy. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and each encounter card from the Curse of the Rougarou encounter set. Ah, I see. That's the Rougarou. That's the Curse of the Rougarou. This is something that gets shuffled in, I assume. It's an asset. That's weird. These aren't from the encounter set, are they? Is this from the encounter set? Ah, I see. I figured it out. Okay. Cool. Don't need you. I do need you. I do need you. This gets shuffled in. We got there. We got there. Beautiful. I don't know where this should go. Let's read it. Aloof. Aw. Retaliate. As additional cost for an investigator to engage the Rougarou, the investigator must spend a clue as a group. 2 clues instead if there are 3 or 4 investigators. Forced, after the Rougarou takes 1 per investigator damage during a single phase. That's okay, that's gonna happen. Find the location that is farthest from all investigators. Move the Rougarou 1 location at a time until they enter that location. They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. They're just hanging out. What are we doing here? What's my... Oh, I should probably decide where this goes. I don't know. It just has to be any non-Bayou. How about this one? Shub-Nigaroth. Alright. Alright. Curse of the Rougarou. What's this do? Revelation. Put Curse of the Rougarou into play in your threat area. Forced at the end of your turn. If you have not dealt any damage this turn, take a horror. Oh! I gotta be honest. That looks like Lola to me. Does anyone else? Does that look like Lola to anyone else? That looks like Lola to me. I think that's Lola. I'm into it. This is great. I'm glad I decided to do this. Alright. I still have actions left. That's just something I did during my turn. Lady Esper is at the Bayou location. Great. Sweet. The Rougarou is somewhere within the vast Bayou. Well, no, they're in the non-Bayou locations. You must track it down and destroy it, lest the beast's curse consume you as well. After the Rougarou leaves a location, place 1 clue from the token bank on that location. Oh! Right, it leaves like a trail. That's cute. Objective. We have to destroy the beast. If the Rougarou is defeated, R2. Maybe there's another way. While investigators engage with the Rougarou, they may choose to advance. Oh, just straight up. Okay. Cool. Alright, I'm into this. I still have 2 actions left. If I don't deal a damage, I take a horror. Cool. Alright. What's Lady Esperit say? She's just here. So I think I get to use... Can I just use this ability? She's here instead of in an ally slot, but I can still activate her ability, I think. I think that's how that works. Dangerous Bokor. Exhaust Lady Esperit and deal her 1 horror. Heal 2 damage or gain 2 resources. Any investigator at Lady... Oh, there it says. Let Lady Esperit's location may activate this ability. That's a cute way of doing that. Alright. I would have to take 2 actions to just get over here, but they're just going to hang out. They're not going to fight me. I also don't have any clues, though. So. Yeah. This is going to be difficult. Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to move twice. Boop. Foul Swamp. While you are at the Foul Swamp, you cannot heal horror or cancel horror, okay? As an action, take up to 3 horror and test 7. You search the Boneyard. You get +1 for this test for each horror taken as part of this ability's cost. That makes sense. If you succeed, remember that the investigators have found an ancient binding stone. I don't think I'll succeed at that. If I take 3 horror, not only do I probably die, but that puts me at 6. Yeah. Cool. Well, good to know that's an option. I'm going to move up here. Overgrown Carns. 4 Shroud. You can spend 2 resources to heal 2 horror. Hey! I might do that. Hey, Rougarou. How you doing? They just hanging out. They're just hanging out. Alright, cool. Well, I didn't do any damage. So I will take a horror. Ow. And we'll move on. Sweet. At the end of your turn, yeah. Cool. I will choose to... I don't need 2 of these guns. I mean, I probably will need 2 of these guns, but for now I'm going to say I don't need 2 of these guns. We'll move on. Move up to 2, and we will draw a card. Slime-covered Dole. Did I remember to shuffle this? Yes, I did. I don't know what a Dole is. Spawn at any non-Bayou location. The prey is the lowest remaining health hunter. Wait, no. You know what I'm saying. It has hunter and forest. When it enters a location, each investigator at the location takes a horror. Does spawning at a location count as entering a location? I unfortunately don't have a great way of hurting this. Voltgloss says, yes, spawning counts as entering. Thank you, Voltgloss. Alright, cool. So I don't have, like, a huge motive to put it where I am, other than the ability to, like, you know, kill it. Which would be nice. But I might rather, like, put a gun into play and then kill it. Oh, actually, I could do, improvised weapon. Double. I could do double improvised weapon. I don't need to do double. No, yeah, double. That's 3 damage. Sweet. Yeah, let's have it spawn where I am. Ow! I will take a horror. Ow, I'm at 4. This is not good. And, yeah, we will spend an action. Or well, it is an action, but also a... One of these. We'll do improvised weapon. You may play this from your deck, but I'm not doing it from a discard pile. Fight. It is a 1. -2. Okay. That's enough. Because it's down to 1. Great. It gets 1 of these. Bleh. Then I'm going to play it again from here. I'm going to play it again from there as my second action. This time I'll do 2 damage if I succeed. Can I make my success more likely? Not really. -2, -2, reveal -4. Yeah, that's fine. Sweet, I succeed. They're dead. Great. Love that. This gets shuffled into my deck. I now have no resources, which is a shame, because I really wanted to spend my resources to heal. Unfortunately. I could attempt to investigate here. I'd be really mad if I succeeded, is the problem. Like, if I try to investigate here and succeed, I'm going to be so mad. Let's do it. I investigate. Committing take heart. The Rougarou is in your location. Reveal another token. Cool. I still fail, because it's -2 +2. Yeah! We did it! Okay. And the DC is 4, and I start at 3. Nailed it. Okay, we fail the investigate. We do get to swap roles, which could be interesting. That might be relevant here. Yeah, I'll swap into Guardian, actually. I don't know if that's going to be relevant, but I'll do it anyway. Cool. That's awesome. I don't have to succeed for that, right? No, just you may switch roles. Sweet. Take heart gives me 2 resources and 2 cards. And 2 resources. And I will spend my last action to heal 2 horror by spending 2 resources. I'm not doing great, I'll say. I'm still at, like, a lot of horror, but it's fine. We're making it work, hopefully. And this goes up to 3 out of 5. I need to remember to do my upkeep first. Please remember to do that. I'm in Guardian. That's not super relevant right now. I thought maybe it would be, but it's not. So, that's fine. I think I'd rather have the Unexpected Courage than the Take Heart. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, we've already increased the Doom by 1. Let's grab our new card. Surge. And find a non-Bayou location with the fewest clues on it. Move the Regaroo 1 location at a time until it enters that location. Do I get to choose whatever one I want? Is that how that works? Can I just say I want it to choose, like, this one or something? Is that legal? That seems weird to me. Gain 2 resources, take a horror. Huh. Like, how does this work? I guess I do, right? It's just, it's any non-Bayou location. I get to choose. It doesn't say it's like the shortest line or anything. Okay. Does one that is face... It doesn't say revealed either. Huh. Alright, let me double check how this whole clue dropping thing works. After the Regaroo leaves a location, place a clue in that location from the token bank. Sweet. So if I can get it to finagle its way over, let's say, to the Cursed Shores, it will drop clues at all these locations. Sweet. And this gains Surge. Nice. So this is not necessarily a bad thing. This is something happening. The Surge is the bad thing. Cool. I'm into that. It does it again! Can I say it doesn't move? I don't really care about it running around more. I guess I could. Come back to me! Yeah, sure. Why not? Do this. Why not? I wonder if I'm just going to discover there's a reason that I shouldn't do that. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright, cool. Weird effect. Surge. Another one. The Regaroo makes an immediate attack against each investigator at the Regaroo's location and each connecting location. I am in a connecting location. If no attacks were made by this effect, place a Doom on the current agenda. I believe these connect. Yeah, they connect to each other. Cool. So, how much do they do? 2 and 2. Do I just die? I hope I just die. No, I don't hope that. That's not true. We will put 1 of that damage on our good friend Luca, though. Sweet. Speaking of, actually, did I do damage last turn? I killed the thing, right? I killed the thing last turn? Yeah, I'm fine. Great. Okay. This does not gain Surge. Sweet. Okay. I'm excited. I'm going to move down to the Foul Swamp. That's my first action. It's so foul. I will then swap into Survivor, spending a resource, and we are going to investigate, winging it style. The DC is 1, putting me 2 up. I would really like to be more than 2 up if possible, but I'm just going to be 2 up. -2. -4 if you're at a Bayou. I am at a Bayou. Should have thought of that before I hit go. Oh well, I didn't think of that. That's on me. That's my second action. This gets shuffled into my deck. I'll do it. I'm out of resources. Ugh. Ugh. I'll just use Unexpected Courage. I feel bad about this. That was a poor choice. Okay, that's like my 3rd one of these. This is weird. Do I have any role I want to be in? And I'll switch back to Guardian. It's good to be in Guardian sometimes. Okay. Oops. That's not ideal. Stay there. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, so we'll swap into that. We succeed. We get the 1 clue. We only need 1 clue. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? We're going to advance. I'm sure the game is about to end, and it's no big deal. That was my 3rd action, I believe. I moved, I tried again. Okay, great. I could then move. I am about to get absolutely decimated horror-wise, unfortunately. So that's fun. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to move with my last action. Hello, Rigaroo. What's over here? Forced. After you end your turn here, draw a card and take a horror. That's not good. Okay. I'm up 5 horror. I'm probably going to die. Let's do upkeep. Okay. Curse of Identity kicks. This also gets discarded. Curse of Identity, I am in Guardian. Let's read the wording on this. Discard all cards you control of your current role. Great. Then discard the top card of your deck. Switch the role to the class of the discarded class card. If the discarded card is a weakness, switch your role to neutral. Permanents say, I believe, when they're discarded, they're not discarded. So I still discard it, it just doesn't go anywhere. It stays in play. So yeah, no, it still happens. I could be wrong. Don't treat me like an authority on this. This is how I'm going to play it. I switched to Rogue. It's only worse for me, and that's the Grim rule, baby. Okay, so I do take a horror and die immediately. So I guess I put it on Leo, and Leo dies. It's not direct, right? Yeah, okay. I killed Leo. Absolutely killed Leo. He's dead now. Anyway, we are going to go to Foredoom. We're going to draw a card. It is another Prowl. Okay. I guess I'll have to go chase them down. That's okay. Well, that's disappointing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Alright. Rigaroo, head over. You know what? Let's go to places we haven't been. That's more fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that's further away. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But I want to explore New Orleans, so we're gonna do that. Great. We get some clues. Left that location. Left that location. Left that location. Left that location. Beautiful. And it gets Surge. Dark Young Host. Spawn at a Bayou location. When 1 or more clues are placed on Dark Young Host's location, place those clues on Dark Young Host. I just realized something. Am I doing this wrong? No, it's... This connects, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, this one doesn't get an extra clue. I probably accidentally put a clue somewhere I shouldn't have earlier as well. So this one probably has 1 less or something. Yeah, I went 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this one just would have been skipped both times. Yeah. It would have just gone 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. And so that's also what happened this time. Okay, cool. Great. Where's this go? When 1 or more clues are placed on this location, place those clues on Dark Young Host. When Dark Young Host is defeated, move those clues to its location. Okay, cool. We're going to put you over here. You're going to hang out with this lady. Alright. It is now my turn. I do not have this extra action. It would cost me 1, 2, 3 to get here. And then I would immediately die. Because I don't have enough horror. Do any of these help me heal horror? I think this one healed horror and I already did that. What's this do? Sweet. Take horror. That's not good. When you leave, lose 2 resources. Take a horror. Do something else. Cursed Shores. Dark. Okay, so if I go in here, 1, 2, I can then punch this guy and then die. I feel like that's not ideal for some reason. Alright, I'm gonna go 1, 2. I haven't been to this Bayou yet, so maybe something cool happens here. As an action, take a damage. You get +2 skill. Force, when you leave, choose and discard a skill card from your hand. Yeah, I guess I just die from horror, from turning into the Regaroo. Do I get to at least turn into the Regaroo, or do I just die? I have 1 action left. I only moved twice. I have nothing to do with that action that I think is going to help me. Why is this over here? I'm going to play improvisation. It will let me switch roles to, let's say, Guardian. And I get to draw a card. That doesn't help. Can I attack myself? I know I can't. Yeah, I take horror. Okay. I end my turn. 1, 2. I did that. That was fast action. I have 1 extra action. I don't know. I put a gun into play. Shakily with my hands. And, I take 1 horror from the end of my turn. And I die. So, there's not, like, a thing that said, like, with this card, assuming that you, like, it just goes away? I guess it just goes away. Because if there was other people in play, like, I was wondering if there was going to be a thing where it's like, if you have this in play and you die of horror, read this text. But it doesn't say that. And if I was supposed to go to the resolution and have it be like, haha, go back to the game, which would be hilarious, that wouldn't function, because if I was playing with other people, I would just die. And then they would continue playing. So it would never get a good, cool transformation. That's disappointing. Alright. If no resolution was reached, go to resolution 1. Oh! I managed to make it back to safety before daybreak. Sweet. Resting until late in the afternoon, it isn't until you seek out Lady Esper the next day that you realize whose last night's victims was. Was it me? With a heavy heart and unshakable dread, you choose to bury her body instead of contact... Oh, that makes sense. I should have thought of that. Instead of contacting the authorities. The less people who delve this deep into the Bayou, the better. Continues to haunt the Bayou. Each investigator earns experience equal to the Victory X value of the cards in the Victory display. So, I do gain trauma, which is bad. I gambled 1 experience, and I got 1 experience back, so I broke even on experience. Okay. Cool. Well, that's an interesting thing. I'm a little disappointed there wasn't something cool with this. Am I missing something? Like, I have the curse and it killed me, but also I don't have the curse the next day? What's that about? I want to see Curse... I mean, I am seeing Curse Lola, and it looks great. She looks excellent. I should draw that. That's what I should draw. Anyway, I'm obviously super way over time per usual, and this is all just fun testing how the deck plays stuff, so I wasn't, like, invested. I hope people had a good time seeing me just mess around. I would like to get into an actual, like, another actual campaign or series. If people have things they want to see, I would love to hear about it, because I'm kind of just like not really sure where to go next with this. So let me know. That would be awesome. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. I've been Darcy Bits. This has been Arkham Horror. I've been playing Lola. Yeah. Have a good night. Cool.